Yes Have Some podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations, your one-stop shop for all of your proton pack building needs. If you're in the market for a proton pack, head to carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. You're going to find aluminum motherboards, resin parts, fiberglass shells, and a whole lot more. Find them on Facebook at Carnivorous Creations or head straight to carnivorouscreations.com, remember carnivorous with a K, and get started on an authentic, screen-accurate proton pack.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
I don't want to grow up. Do you want some?
Jurassic Park. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
Ecto goggles with Ecto Bumper, neutron blaster, and water zapper, each sold separately.
From the corner penthouse of Spook Central all the way to Star Killer Base, this is Yes Have Some podcast.
Do I? Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags.
The only place in the multiverse where you can love the book, hate the movie, but still buy all the toys.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
What?
Please remember to hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed. With your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
Podcast on a basketball court.
Is that what it's like?
Should we be a sports podcast instead?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure,
People
fine.
have been asking.
YHS courtside.
What would we do?
I'd probably be getting snacks from the concession stand and looking.
Kill ourselves? That's what we do.
Just kidding. It's WYHS Ritual Suicide.
Oh, man.
God, we've gone off the deep end. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 91 of Yes Have Some podcast. If we sound different, it's because we're in a new house, and we're going to be in a different room every week till we figure this out.
We're going to try all the rooms out.
Next week, we're going to be in the shower and just see what happens.
Ooh, showercast.
Welcome to episode 91 of Yes Have Some podcast. My name is Craig Goldberg, and as always, I'm here with my co-hosts, Abigail Gardner.
Hey, guys.
And
Whoa.
Jacob Walsh.
Yep.
Jake, how are you today, man?
Dude, I'm good. I got some coffee. I'm doing good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Hey, Jake, we also got some coffee.
we got
Yeah?
coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to McDonald's, though.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I hear they got the best coffee.
Dude, it was because the gas station was out, so we went.
They were just out of coffee?
Craig tried to get the gas station attendant whose name we know to make some for him. So that didn't happen, so we decided to go to McDonald's.
By try, you mean I just shouted his name is D? This is the second.
Craig just went, D!
This is the second week in a row that we've talked about this gas station. Yeah, I was just like D, and Abby's like Craig.
I was like, Craig, I'm not gonna sit here and watch somebody make me coffee when I can either A, go to another place like a McDonald's or go home and make it. So we left.
So that's
I
our
got a McDonald's
Hey,
coffee. It was good.
that was our coffee story.
Coffee talk.
Jake,
I like it.
What do you got? Some non-dairy creamer?
No, I just got some black coffee over here.
All right, this guy's bold.
Did you make it yourself?
No, he went to the gas station.
Oh, you went to the gas
No,
station?
D made it.
D made yours, but he wouldn't make mine?
Well, cool. Well, welcome everybody. Getting settled in here. We got a lot going on. Jurassic World is happening. Guys, I don't know about you. I'm getting very excited for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
God, me too.
Yeah, Jake, I saw you posting in group therapy. You saw some stuff on shelves already.
Yeah, I saw. Well, it wasn't much. I saw some stickers, like a sticker book, and then today I went to Walmart today, and I saw like I was just walking back to the DVD section, and I was passing like the children's clothing, and there was like a pair of swim trunks for boys that had like has like the T-Rex and the Velociraptors on it, and I instantly got so pissed off that I can't wear those.
I was going to say, Jake, did
They
you
were
buy
amazing.
Jake, you
I'm
should
mad
consider
too.
like adopting a child just to make him wear those pants.
That's what's happening. I'm going through the process right now.
I've got a
Cool,
kid
man.
now.
I'm putting you guys down for a reference.
Cool. They're gonna call them like, hi, this is the Valdosta Adoption Agency. We've got a Jacob Walsh trying to adopt a 6-year-old child. What kind of person is he? I was like, he's the kind of person that would adopt a child just to force him to wear Tyrannosaurus Rex swim trunks. I say go for it.
I'm like, don't worry, I have a fenced-in yard.
Yeah. I have a studded leash for him. Well, cool. Well, so we should be seeing all sorts of Jurassic World stuff. Did you guys see, there was I think Bloody Disgusting had a small clip of Jeff Goldblum saying that he is personally campaigning for the return of Laura Dern to the Jurassic World franchise.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wow.
But that confirms that she's not in this one.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, for sure. Damn.
But it doesn't confirm that, that maybe Dr. Grant's in this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think, so Jeff Goldblum is going through this, I don't want to call it a renaissance, but like I'm seeing him all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see the
clips?
He
is all over the place.
I don't know if you guys saw, he was on Conan O'Brien the other night. Was it Conan? Jimmy Kimmel? I think it was Conan, and he was debuting the new Ian Malcolm Funko Pops.
Oh, cool.
I saw a clip of that. He was being like super weird. He's becoming weirder with age.
But
okay.
But it was funny because Conan O'Brien...
Hard to imagine that he could be weirder.
right.
But yeah.
Conan was like, oh, these are your new Funkos. And he was like, you're saying it wrong, Conan. It's Funko. It's Funko, not Funko. It's not a Funko. It's Funko. Funko Pop. And Conan was like getting a little frustrated. It was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. So check that out.
Yeah.
All right,
and
I'm
enunciate
done.
it right.
Yeah,
right?
and pronounce the
cool.
words right.
Cool.
So yeah, there's a bunch of new Jurassic Park Funkos. I know I've stated publicly recently that I am anti Funko Pop. Abigail, are you anti Funko Pop?
Not entirely. I mean, I would buy a Funko Pop if it's from a franchise or something that I care about. I find them stressful though because like there's so many, and it's like when you dip your toe in as an enthusiast and as a completist or collector, it's like when do you back out without going completely under, spending all of your money, and then realizing that like, oh, I have a full collection of something that's not really worth anything.
Until you realize you're one of those people who has a wall of Funko Pops.
Yes, and I mean, I also, but they are readily available, and I like to buy little, knickknacks and things like that. I mean, but no, if they made little mystery bags, do they? I don't know.
Little mystery Funkos?
That's how you can get me. Is
Abby will buy anything if she can't see it first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, when she goes to the grocery store,
I'm excited about all these kittens. Little mystery bags.
Well, actually,
pregnant cats are the ultimate mystery bag.
Abby, why don't you tell your mystery blind box story from this week? That was pretty exciting.
Oh, well, we all know that Toys R Us is going out of business.
Fuck you. No, it's
so
not.
Sad. So yeah, we went to Toys R Us and we went through like the adult collectibles section, and I found the Kid Robot puts out Nickelodeon like Nicktoons blind boxes, and I picked up 2 of them, or a set of 2 as they are sold. And what my favorite thing to do is to like, before I open them, I like to look at the back of the box and see what all is available, and then rank what I want least to what I want most. And as
so that way you can have the optimum level of disappointment when you open the box.
So you and everyone knows.
I always have the optimal level of
which ones are these, Abby? You said Nickelodeon. What's in these?
They're all Nicktoons, so like Rocko's Modern Life, Hey Arnold,
okay.
Are you afraid?
Is this the one that has like real monsters and stuff like that?
Rugrats.
I've seen these. I've been wanting these.
SpongeBob is the one that I want the least because that's like the cartoon that I've seen the least of. But what I wanted the most, one of the most rare one is Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy, and both,
1 in 96.
1 in 96, and both Craig and I were like, oh, okay, cool. And
that's what I said. I was like, okay, cool.
Guys, I have really good luck. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know what it is, but I've been able to, on most of my like blind bag pulls, to be like, this is the one that I want, and I open it and I get it. And we opened it and I got Powdered Toast Man, and it was like,
wow,
dude, it was like the best moment of my like this, because moving honestly has been super stressful, and like packing everything up and not being able to see all my little knickknacks and treasures on the shelves in front of me every day has been a super bummer. But like opening that up and having that experience was special. And
what was the other
thanks,
one you
Kid
got?
Robot.
SpongeBob?
No. Wasn't it Ickis? I got Ickis from.
Oh, cool. I like the real monster figures, and seeing those back in store, like they're kind of having a resurgence. All that like Nickelodeon stuff.
Yeah.
That is one thing that I've been like, fuck. I think I kind of want to buy these, and then also like I've seen like they have like Tailspin and like Darkwing Duck and all Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers figures, and I'm like, God, I kind of want to buy these.
Disney Hour.
I don't want to get sucked in though.
I mean, the Kid Robot. They make the Bob's Burgers blind boxes, and like the color
and
they're good. They look really
the texture.
good.
It's just like they're good likenesses. It's like a good shape. It's not that weird disproportionate bobblehead bullshit. Like they're just cool, and I like them. So
hey, you should wear a T-shirt that says "No disproportionate
bobblehead bullshit." Sorry.
And while we're on the topic of Toys R Us, I did want to mention that they officially announced all the liquidation sales start tomorrow at all the Toys R Us's.
Woo! Wow. And it goes for, they said it's going for a couple months, right?
It's going to be a madhouse.
Get your booties on. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it means
cold out there. It's Groundhog
It's
Day.
cold. Here's the thing. I did stop at our Toys R Us last Saturday. This one has been having sales for about a month now. And what they do is they start off at like 10%, then it goes to 20, 30. So our Toys R Us is at like 40, 50% off right now. And on Saturday, it was a madhouse. The lines were all around the store. Like it would have been hours to buy these things. Of course, I tweeted from Yes Have Some. I said, I don't understand why Toys R Us is going out of business. This place is packed. And somebody, of course, replied was like, it's because they're having sales.
Oh, my God. Well,
so
at least you got some interactions.
Thanks for that, sir. But cool. Well, welcome, everybody. Hey, buying toys is what we do. Jake, before we move on, this is going to be kind of a historic episode for us because it's our 91st anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And
is that, yeah?
Well, when Yes Have Some started, we kind of became known for a segment that we used to do called What's Stressin'? So that was an opportunity for the three of us to just get something off our chest, something pop culture or personal that was just kind of getting under our skin, stressing us out.
Yeah, it stemmed from like natural conversations that we would have.
Yeah,
we were all
and it became kind of, I don't want to call it a catchphrase, but people know. The people know about the stress. And then we just haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
And we started doing our fuck budget, which is another important piece of the Yes Have Some.
Right. It's like a companion piece to the stress.
Yeah.
Right. But tonight, for the first
but sometimes you like run out of ideas. And you just got to do both segments in one episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to give a fuck and you got to get stressed.
Yeah.
So tonight, for the first time ever, we're going to do the traditional
fucks and stresses and fucks.
I think we need to split off into 3 separate podcasts. We need a fuck budget.
Are we going to all do separate should I go to another room?
We each
do my
get
own
our own
podcast?
show.
We just own it, yeah.
Fuck budget.
So I'm going to talk about how stressed I am about having my own podcast.
Yeah. And like, what buttons do you push?
I have no idea.
I was gonna say we know if we had to podcast without Craig, we would never get it started.
Let me ask you guys a question.
I just text everybody what I said.
Let me ask you guys a question. If I died, would there
this
be
show's done?
Would there be another episode?
No.
We'd be like
hey, everybody just call us.
I would be like, we would do one more show, and I'd be like, so Abby, what's stressing? And then my stress would be like, well, I'm like, what toys am I going to get from Craig's collection? Like, am I in the will?
Yeah, in the will.
Now
no,
I'm sad.
I'm leaving all of my belongings to Zach Myers.
Oh, okay.
I understand that.
He needs them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll be fine.
You guys would figure it out.
Yeah.
That was funny.
You guys get a new host.
Oh, get you guys new hosts.
Troy Benjamin would replace me.
Okay.
No, he won't. Anyways, moving on.
What about Chris Stewart?
Chris Stewart can replace us. I think Troy does all their stuff too.
I think they need each other.
Every podcast has a guy.
Right.
So tonight we're gonna have the fuck budget, and we're gonna have What's Stressin', a historic night in the Yes Have Some universe. And if you guys don't have anything else, any linear notes, anything else you wanted to go over before we?
I don't think so.
Here?
I think it's all in it. It's all in the rest of the show, I think.
All right. I didn't know if you guys bought anything you wanted to talk about.
Shit.
You looked at me when you said that. I just shared my heartwarming story about my kid robot flying bag.
I forgot.
I have nothing else for you.
Well, then, for the first time,
I bought a coffee.
In about 6 months, y'all ready to get stressed?
You look a little stressed.
Is this some radical new therapy?
Why don't you do something with your life? Lights out, now you want to get nuts? Come on,
Let's get nuts.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Stacked up with stress.
Yes,
Do they make
it's
stress?
been months.
Oh, do you need a stress enema?
Yeah. Stressoscopy. Is that something?
It sounds like
Need
it.
it to be released.
All right, welcome to the fun segment where we get our shit off our chest, talk about what's stressing us out in movies, TV, toys, collectibles, prints, or sometimes the real world.
Oh,
Or
are you
road
stressed
rules.
about the... Oh, man, I was
That
going
did
for
it.
it.
Jake. Yo.
You stressed?
Am I doing this first? Bringing us back?
I think so.
Do you want me to go
Man,
first? Should
no, I got it.
You
I got it. I got it. It's weird. Like whenever you were
Who's
like,
up to
"Hey, let's
bat?"
do a what's stressing," I had instantly like a rush of things to talk about, and I was like, "Okay." The first thing that popped in my head, though, we're going to talk about in the fuck budget, right?
Okay.
So then I think like maybe the second thing that popped in my head, I think we're probably also talking about in the fuck budget. So I was like, what the fuck? But one thing that I think is very important that happened tonight that I missed, and it's something that I'm stressed about because I've missed this entire season, is what is possibly the last episode of the X-Files ever was tonight.
Dang.
The series finale. Okay, so they brought it back last year.
Well, they brought it back. It was doing well. Last season was really great. I have missed this entire season except for I think I saw the first 2 episodes, and then I just fell behind and I haven't watched them yet. So I've been like, you know what? I'll just watch them all at once. And there's been a lot of Gillian Anderson has been very vocal about being done with this show.
Right.
Like she's like, I'm not coming back. Like this is it.
Right.
So
she's got so much else that she could be doing.
Well, I think there's some behind the scenes shit that was going on that she's not happy about.
Okay. I did see her
I
new...
saw her cover from that magazine.
The PETA shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I didn't see that.
Jake, you should see it.
She was naked.
Oh, I'm looking it up. But anyway, like that was like no one knows what's going to happen, and I don't know if the show. I don't know. I mean, it just ended like 40 minutes ago, so I don't know if it ended, with, like a conclusion to 11 seasons of the show that's been going on for like 20 years, or if it kind of, teases a.
Like a
keep going. I don't know.
Like
who knows? Like I know probably David Duchovny would keep going even without her. And I know they did like 2 seasons without David Duchovny, and it wasn't as good, but they did it and they got through it. So
now,
I don't see why they couldn't.
I've never been a big X-Files watcher. I know I would love it. I don't know why, but
it is amazing. It's amazing.
I've watched probably like the first 4 or 5 episodes from the first season a while back, and I enjoyed it.
It's great, but the one thing you got to know, and I think a lot of people have different experiences when they watch it, is that so through the entire run of the show, there's 2 separate things that is happening. There's 2 very distinct types of episodes. They have a continuing storyline that goes through the entire thing that deals with the cigarette smoking man and the aliens and the conspiracies and all that. But then there are also episodes that are just one-off episodes, and they're Monster of the Week episodes. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Each episode is a different creature or being or something. And I know a lot of people who when they went through and saw the show, maybe for the first time, they didn't like the Monster of the Week episodes as much. But to me, they're the best. Like some of them are like they're very different. They'll have a scary episode. They'll do episodes that are kind of silly and funny, but they're always really well written. And it's just that's a cool way to watch. That's a cool, way to go.
I feel like these days people are so used to like serialized TV shows that the Monster of the Week type stuff doesn't hold people's interest as much. But that stuff's always fun. Like I like that. Like at the end of the day, you're watching a show about FBI agents inspecting, the aliens and otherworldly stuff. So like, why not make it fun?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. You can go to different locations and explore different things.
Yeah. Well, that's why Warehouse 13 is a great show. And
that's what makes me think of that.
And we're
Monster of the Week.
We're probably the only people who watched Warehouse 13, but are like, no, I haven't seen X-Files. Because one would not
it's
exist.
very derivative, yeah.
So when David Duchovny left originally, was he not replaced by Robert Patrick, the T-1000?
Well, I mean, he was, but it's not like, oh, here's someone else playing Mulder. Like, Mulder was gone,
Which is a new character.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And it was a new guy, and it was fine, but it's different, like it's different without one of those two.
So Jake, what's your plan? Are you going to go back and watch the rest of the season?
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm pretty sure Hulu's been putting them up as soon as they've aired. So I'll take a day, maybe this weekend, and just go and just plow through them.
Cool,
man.
Let us know what you think.
I've all of my friends, because we all love Lost, right? We're all obsessed with Lost, best show of all time. All of my friends who like Lost also really love X-Files. So maybe it was just time for us to take that deep dive.
Dude,
you guys would like it. I'm pretty sure it's on like one of the streaming services. I'm not sure. It's somewhere you can watch it.
Hey, new spin-off podcast, YHX.
Okay.
That'll work.
Or Triple X Files.
Okay.
That's something else.
Mm-hmm.
That probably exists.
That's probably right. Where have you been, Scolder?
Scolder? Scolder? I was like,
Who's
that's
Scolder? Mulder?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Scully.
probably what
Mulder and Scully.
Scolder. It's a new character I just made up. He's a pizza man.
Okay.
Jake, what else, man?
So this other thing that I want. Oh, really? Here's a quick one. I know we talk about Prince on on here a lot, and we maybe haven't in a while.
Rest in peace.
But rest in peace.
Oh, that just made me think of an added stress I'm going to throw in.
But I am getting my very first custom frame job done right now, and it's just
special
like
time in a man's life.
It is kind of stressful to not have those, it's two prints together. That's why I'm getting them custom framed, and it's two prints by the same artist, but I'm like, these would look good in the same frame together. So but it's it's stressful not having those in my possession. It's like they're just at Michael's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm trusting people I don't know. I'm paying people a lot of money I don't know to just hold on to these prints that I can't.
Yeah.
Is it at the store Michael's or just some guy named Michael's house?
It's just my friend Michael's who lives up the road.
He's not good at framing, but
he said he could do it.
Yeah, you never forget your first custom frame job. Well, Jake, when you get that back, we'll post pictures of it.
We will.
Cool.
For sure.
Cool, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this one thing I wanted to kind of open up to you guys is, have you guys seen this rumor? I kind of wish we had John Yerkeba and I wish we had John Yerkeba on the show, right? Can we just call John right now?
We probably could.
I could get it. Get him. I could. I think I have his number. So Avengers is coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there are some rumors that
spoilers. We should, right?
Well, I mean, sure, but it's just a rumor, and I kind of think it's not true.
Okay.
Can we? I really wish we had Ryan and John on right now. There's a rumor going around that the Silver Surfer is going to be in this movie. There's a cast list somewhere that has just a list of all the heroes, and it's just right in the middle has Silver Surfer, and there's an actor and everything. And I know a lot of people probably don't care or know what that means for people who aren't big comic fans, or they're just thinking, oh yeah, he was in that one Fantastic Four movie, but he's one of the characters that's
all I'm saying is if he's in it, there has to be an interaction where him and Captain America talk, and he's like, wait a minute, how'd you pull this off, Cap? Because we all know that Captain America was originally the Flaming Turd, or whatever his name is, in the Fantastic Four. All right,
Johnny Storm.
Yeah, Johnny
Storm. But anyway, Silver Surfer is he's a pretty fun character, and he also just he's kind of from the Fantastic Four universe, and if they're bringing in Silver Surfer, then that just opens up what else they're going to be doing. And everyone knows that the Fantastic Four have always kind of been involved in the Avengers. I said everybody knows Not everybody knows that,
Everybody
but you know,
knows.
people who read the comic books know. But
I'm now finding out more as I read on Wikipedia.
But the thing that gets me excited about Silver Surfer is like he was in the original like Infinity Gauntlet comics, you know, like he helped fight, you know, Thanos and all that.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But to me, it would be so fun, I think, to see the Avengers eventually have to fight Galactus, who they like kind of tried to do in the Fantastic Four movie, but they didn't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
And Silver Surfer kind of works for Galactus. Like he's not a bad guy, but he's kind of like roped into doing this bad thing. And I'm just like, it would be so cool if they're already teasing the next villain. And if it's Galactus to me is just so much more fun and cool of a character than Thanos is. Mm-hmm. He's basically just this giant creature that just kind of eats planets.
Yeah.
And he's not like evil. He's not doing it because he wants to destroy the world. He just needs to. That's how he lives.
Yeah.
So he goes kind of like from planet to planet, and he has all these heralds that go out and find planets for him. And the Silver Surfer is kind of like living a life of servitude to Galactus.
Yeah.
And he shows up on Earth and he's like, hey, this guy is going to come eat your planet. And like usually in the comics when he shows up, they basically like he's such a big, powerful thing that usually in the comics, their only way of beating him has been kind of like talking him out of just not eating the Earth this time. Like they're like, well, we'll do this, you know, if you'll just pass us on this time, like, you know, we'll deal with you later.
It's not even good. Like it doesn't even taste good right now. It's not ready yet.
And like they tried to do that in the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, but like when it got to the end and Galactus shows up, it was just like a cloud, and they could really do it. Like I could see it being done in an Avengers movie very well.
Cool.
Dude, that's cool.
Should we try to call John to get him in on this discussion?
We should. I want to go ahead and say they're saying all of that. I think it's probably not a real rumor though, or I don't think it's a real thing because they haven't made that deal with Fox yet.
Right.
You know, like it is possible that they've made a deal just for the Silver Surfer, but I think if that had happened, everybody would know, much like when they did it with Spider-Man.
Right.
But it's still kind of an exciting thing.
Let's call John. Let's see if we can get him on. Everybody hold.
Okay.
Let's see
if he's a real fan.
Pause this shit.
All right, hold on. All right, we're going to call John Yerkeba. He said he's in with family, but let's try to interrupt him.
Hello?
John.
Hey, who's this?
It's Yes Have Some Podcast.
Yes,
John
podcast.
You're on live with Yes
You're
Have Some
on
Podcast.
the air.
Whoa, what?
What's up?
This is fun.
What's up, dude? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hold on just a second. I'm in my mom's house, and my brother's getting crazy on his drum set. So hold on for like 2 seconds.
Mom on.
Cool.
Put him on.
Put my mom on?
Put him on.
Put people on the spot.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'll get everybody together, and we'll say, hey, what's up? Yes, have some.
Okay.
Cool.
It's going to get loud for a second.
That's fine. We love having live drum sets on the air. Wow.
Hey, Yes, Have Some podcast is on the phone. Oh.
Hi.
Oh, cool.
Hold on. I'll put you guys on speaker.
What's up, guys?
Well, so, hey, John.
Yeah.
So congratulations on your life, but we had a very specific question for you.
Sounds like a good night, first of all.
So we were talking about Infinity War, and Jake brought up something that we needed to pick a comic expert's brain on. Do you have a second to talk to us about it?
For sure, yeah.
We're phoning a friend.
So, yeah, we had to phone a friend. We needed a lifeline.
Oh, excellent.
It's a really current reference.
Also, hi, John. Hello, John.
Hello, John.
Hello, John.
So, there's a rumor going around about Infinity War. We can't call it a spoiler because it's just a rumor. But there's a rumor going around that the Silver Surfer could end up in this movie. And Jake is excited about this. So we wanted
Have you seen this rumor?
I have not seen this rumor. This is the first I've heard of it.
I don't. I just got done telling them. I don't think it's. I feel like it's not a real rumor, but it is going around. Like there was a cast list and it had an actor in it. And it said that they were playing the Silver Surfer in this movie, and I just thought that would be kind of crazy. And I was like, I wonder what John would think of that.
That would be insane. And if it wasn't a name actor, I could understand, because they could have just got someone, because maybe like the last frame or like the teaser after the credits.
It wasn't. It was like I don't remember the guy's name, but specifically one of the things I was reading was like, this guy isn't very well known.
Yeah, it's probably like, if it's real, it'll probably be like you just see him floating like outside of like the Earth. That'll be like the last shot, is it'll show the Earth and it'll be like, the Earth is saved, and then like you'll see the Silver Surfer like float in the frame. Dude,
yeah.
What if the reason?
Here it comes.
Okay, so the two Avengers movies, 3 and 4, were supposed to be like a 2-part thing, but then they weren't. I wonder if the reason for that is because they found out about the Fox deal, and now, because they've got all that stuff back, so this is just gonna be the Thanos story.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what could be bigger than Thanos? Galactus.
Yeah.
So what if the teaser after the credits, Silver Surfer floats into frame, and then it's like setting up like, oh no, he's scouting out Earth, so Galactus can come and chow down. And Avengers 4 is going to be everybody versus Galactus.
Dude, that would be amazing. Like, dude, they would like. Can you picture somebody having to like wield the Infinity Gauntlet against Galactus?
Oh God, stop!
Dude, that would be amazing.
Stop!
Get that drum solo.
I was just telling them about how awful like Galactus is handled basically in the Fantastic Four film, and how fun
God, it was so
and
bad.
crazy of like a character that is, and just how cool it would be to see him in the Marvel universe. They would do well, I think.
That would be super cool. I would be all for that.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, we're all for it too.
It's been stated. John is all for it.
And then, hey, notice how I use the word "for"? I don't know anything, but maybe you can interpret that as a hint.
Nice.
I like that. I like where your head's at. Well, John, we didn't mean to put you on the spot, but we're going to talk comics. We got to get the comic guy on. Although Jake was dropping some major comic
I'm all about
knowledge
it. I'm always down to talk about comics.
All right, cool.
Dude, we appreciate it.
Well, before you leave, do you have anything to say?
I have so many things to say, but when I'm asked, I have nothing to say.
Okay, cool. Well, John Yerkeba is a wonderful artist and a great friend of Yes Have Some podcast, and I think we're going to just start calling people randomly during the show.
I think this is fun.
It's kind of fun.
Now that we know it works, yeah.
Yeah.
I support that idea. I think it's genius.
Cool. And also, we talked about it last week, but John, congratulations on your work.
Yep.
On the new IDW Crossing Over Ghostbusters comic. How are those sales? Do they give you the sales reports?
No, I'm not really in the loop on those discussions. I would assume that it's doing pretty well. I've been to a couple comic shops and asked like, hey, you got this book? And they're like, oh, we've got some more on order, or we just sold out, or so I think it's doing pretty good.
Cool, man. That's awesome. Well, we'll have you back on
It's
soon.
fun. You guys actually called me, like I'm literally in the middle of working on another page for it right now. So that's fun.
Let me guess. Holtzman and Aaron are making out.
Doing kisses.
Because that's what the people want.
Hey.
No spoilers.
No spoiler alert.
Okay.
Whoa!
I don't think they would be for that. Does that work here?
No.
The number 4 doesn't work. All right, cool. Well, John, thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon and enjoy your time with your family.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. Take it easy, guys. It was good to talk to you.
All right,
cool, man.
Dude, night.
Later,
All right, later.
See you
later.
I just wanted somebody to back me up and say the exact same thing I did.
Yeah, dude.
That was perfect.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. So moving right along, Jake, do you have anything else stressing you out?
No, that's it. I think I have successfully de-stressed.
All right, cool. Abigail Gardner.
Dude, my stress is that, honestly, I don't even feel like I can follow that because Jake just totally took that.
That was a gold medal stress.
That was a really good stress.
Thank you.
I didn't really have anything prepared when you mentioned that thing about prints, though. Mondo was putting out some Batman the Animated Series prints this week.
They did they had a gallery and then they put the rest of them online.
Yeah,
those were
a lot
very
of cool
cute.
stuff.
We started watching some of those episodes here at the new house. And yeah, I love that show. I loved watching it when it was on, and I think that it's just some cool artwork. I'd like to get it, but we never It's just, you know how Mondo is. It's expensive, blah, blah, blah. Also, my main stress is the fact that putting up prints in a new house is stressful, and measuring stuff is stressful, and unpacking things, and moving things from one place to another, and all of that. When you have, like, OCD like I do, it just kind of, like, messes with everything to not have stuff organized. And personally, I like to see all my knickknacks. I was talking about that already in the beginning of the show. So it's been stressful putting things up, but actually getting it done has been... It's
rewarding.
Yeah, it's rewarding. It's good work. So.
And you got your Stephen King shelf set up.
Dude,
today.
that was so important. Yeah, I got the bookshelf set up, so I'm glad that's there. And thanks for helping me, Craig.
No problem.
Yeah.
Jake, when's the last time you moved?
A couple. I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe.
Dude, it sucks.
Is it safe to say?
I don't ever want to do it again.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that in those 5 years you've amassed more stuff?
Oh my God. I can't even move in this house.
Like, if you had to move, you would just be better off just be like, well, I'm just going to...
I'll just burn the house down.
Yeah.
I'll just burn it down.
Find out what the insurance is worth and just burn it down.
That's definitely the best way to deal with that.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, moving prints and stuff, like, it's kind of weird because...
Like, we've had a few frames crack. There's been a few, like, just... not being able to find certain things and the placement of, like, where do you put stuff in the new space.
Yeah,
and, like,
and then I keep feeling like I want... Because it's all it's the same stuff we had, just in a new space. I feel the need to get new things.
That, too.
It's like when you start school, like, you want a new shirt and new jeans. You don't want to be the kid... Hey, this is a sidebar. You know when you go to, like, back-to-school shopping when you're a kid? Well, you might not know.
We still did it as homeschoolers. For just my mom liked to shop, so
back to homeschool shopping.
Yeah, go to Upton's.
But yeah, you'd go back to school shopping because you don't want to be the kid who wears the same clothes from last year.
No, you can't.
But then you realize once you get in your 20s and 30s, like, I wear the same clothes every single day.
Yeah, I get one outfit and just wear it out.
That's what you do.
I'm wearing sweatpants right now.
Yeah,
Jake, you're always wearing sweatpants when we podcast.
I've got yoga pants.
They're just
on.
comfortable.
Well, Abigail.
Yes.
What else you got? Is that
that's
you maxed out the stress?
I kind of maxed out, honestly, because I don't want to dip into anything that's in our fuck budget. There was one thing from the fuck budget that is stressful to me because it was something I saw that, like, delighted me. That was part of something that didn't delight me, and I wish it had been in there.
All
but
right.
I don't want to. I guess
spoilers.
we can't talk about it. So
Cool.
All right.
Well, cool.
Cool. That
Well,
was vague.
I guess I don't know if you guys have any questions for me.
Kreger, do you have any stress?
Why'd you just call me Kreger?
Because your dad calls you Kreger.
Guys, my dad calls me Kreger.
Hey, Kreger.
I like it.
Okay.
It's not real. Well, I never knew is it just expanding my name or is it because my middle name's Robert?
Kreger.
Whoa, Jake.
I don't know. It sounds like I don't know. To me, it sounds like the way
Jake's a
Vince McMahon would say it.
Kreger. Jake, by the way, you don't know this, but when you just did that,
you had like a transformer take over your vocal cords. It
was like
incredible.
a weird thing that happened. It sounded like a robot.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope it follows and translates.
Maybe I'm a Terminator. I don't know.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Oh, it did it again.
Did it again.
Maybe that microphone.
Is that just me?
Yeah, it's just you.
You have the ability to do that with your own vocal.
Cool.
I guess,
So, I got some stress this week.
Tell us.
Well, remember earlier I was talking about how sometimes we talk about superficial things like toys and movies and TV, and sometimes there's like real life stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, my stress this week is one of those real life things. My grandmother passed away this week, and it just sucks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about it for a second. Jake's like, I quit. I can't handle
Jake's
this
gone.
shit.
No, let's do it. No, let's do it. Like, let's not have fun on the show. It's fine.
No. This is more of a, hey, I wouldn't be here without...
I'm fooling. Let's talk about it.
I'm fooling.
He's done.
What'd you say? Wait, what'd you say?
He's stunting.
Abby's been watching Atlanta.
Watching Atlanta. I know all about stunting.
Oh, wow. That was the whitest...
That
was the whitest thing. It's fun.
How dare you?
I don't care.
Anyways. No, so my grandmother passed away. She was 91, and she was a really cool person. And what the thing... I wouldn't normally just bring this up to bum out everybody, but I did have a very specific memory that kind of aligns with our interest, which is that she used to take me to Toys R Us when I was a kid. And she had a hard cutoff of $25 limit for the toy shopping. 25. That was it. Anything you want, 25 is the max.
What year? Early 90s?
This is like late 80s, early 90s. I never lived near my grandparents. So growing up, they were in Florida, and then they moved to Las Vegas when I was older. So I didn't really, talk to them on birthdays and holidays and stuff, but didn't see them very often. But when they would visit, there would always be a Toys R Us shopping event. But one of my favorite times was, it had to be my birthday or something, or Hanukkah maybe. That's what we do down in the old... down where I'm from. We got Hanukkah.
Okay.
I have a dreidel on my desk at work, just to let you guys know.
Okay.
But my grandparents bought me one of my favorite things ever, and I got to max out that $25 limit. And I think I had to go over it, is when I got my my Robin Hood figures and my Robin Hood treehouse playset.
Very cool.
There's nothing better. And this kind of... God, I feel...
your Ewok treehouse?
It was Robin Hood. Oh. I'm getting emotional.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. We've been talking a lot about Toys R Us closing, but literally, some of my best memories of my life are at Toys R Us. And I don't know, going there with family and just walking down those aisles in the late 80s, early 90s and seeing the stuff that you really just, it's a big part of my life. Collecting toys and loving the movies I love and I don't know, it's just really good memories. So
I'm glad you're sharing this because it's literally relevant and relative to our life still these days in 2018. The movies that we love and the toys that we buy and the time we spend in Toys R Us.
Yeah, I'm just bummed out. I really, so there was that report this week that KB Toys could be coming back, and who knows if that's true or not.
I hope it's true.
I hope it's true.
I feel like we started that rumor.
We did last week.
I was going to say, can we just go ahead and bring that to the attention that last week I was like, what if KB Toys comes back? And then I got a message from John Ukeba that's like, dude, KB Toys is coming back.
Yeah, I feel like we should do that. We should just state things that aren't true. Yeah. We should be hey guys,
did you hear that Bill and Ted Part 3 just started filming?
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
And
coming back.
And John Wick, I just wanted to say that. Blockbuster's coming back. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No, they still have that, actually. Ghostbusters cereal coming back.
Sprite Remix.
Sprite Remix is coming back. No, I didn't want to get super serious, but we're going to be talking about...
No, dude, we made a post in... I think it was you who made the post in Group Therapy about sharing our Toys R Us memories, and a lot of people have a lot of really cherished nostalgic ties and memories from
a lot of people that we know worked at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
I never did. Jake, did you ever work at Toys R Us?
I did not.
No.
I've teased getting a job there while they're closing just so I can get the uniform and get in the inner workings and get as much of it, take as much of it home as possible.
While they're closing.
Don't know if it'd work, but it'd be worth it.
It looks like a good job.
I just thought of a really good...
listen, you're hired, but we got to tell you something.
What?
Hey.
Well, can I get severance?
We should...
What kind of how are you taking care of me?
We should film a video of Abby going into a Toys R Us tomorrow and trying to apply.
Here's some of my qualities. I'm a go-getter.
So anyways, I wanted to bring that up because literally some of my fondest memories with family and stuff were going to Toys R Us, and so I hope the kids in today's generation, in 20 years, they're going to talk about, my grandfather died, but I remember sitting on his lap, getting on Amazon, and ordering my toys. So it won't be the same, kids. Just letting you know. So to my grandmother,
love you, Grandma Jean.
Love you, Grandma Jean. Hope to see you again someday. And if not, it's okay because we had some good times.
I like her. I miss her. I do.
Like her.
She likes me. She's a cool lady.
Jake?
Yeah.
Yo.
Jake, did you like Grandma Jean?
Did you like her?
Dude, she was good. I liked her. Yeah, she was generous and kind.
Now, Jake, this
$25.
When I was thinking about this today, I know your grandfather passed away last year. It was tough.
Yeah.
You told me, I was trying to remember the story. Did you not tell me? Was there a story of your grandfather making fun of you for buying an alien figure at Walmart?
What?
Yeah.
Did we hear that?
No, he wasn't really making fun of me, but it was like it was like in his older days, and He couldn't get around as well, and he needed to go to Walmart. So he asked me to take him to Walmart, and it was like NECA had that like exclusive alien. It was exclusive to Walmart for some reason.
Yeah, right.
Xenomorph, and I hadn't seen it anywhere else. I was like, I guess I'm buying toys with my grandpa.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
it was fun.
That's fun.
Special. It's
Hey.
like a Cat Stevens song.
Well, the Xenomorph's here in a silver spoon. All right. Cool. Well, that was some stress. Yeah. I feel good though. I feel good. That was a lot of fun.
Hey, you gotta be honest.
That was a good comeback for the stress.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while.
I feel like I dropped the ball. But it is stressful.
I mean, you didn't have a special guest or a deceased relative.
I know. But I did get a powdered toast man.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cool.
One of 96.
Cool. Are you guys ready to move on to this fuck budget?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Well, I'm ready too. So now that the stress is out of the way, why are you laughing at me? Because I said I'm ready too.
Yes.
I meant to TOO as well. Oh. Like I didn't mean my name was Ready Number 2.
Fuck, I don't give a fuck.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Oh. See, that's what I thought.
All right, so it's time for the fuck budget. It's the fun. Do you like how I say all of our segments are fun? I'm begging people to think that. Please think.
Putting it in their brains. He said it's fun. So
it feels like pressure every time you say that. I'm like, well, what if it's not?
What if we're not?
What if it's not
fun?
Hey, here's this fun segment where we talk about something, and then Craig's like, "My grandma died."
Hey, don't sell them on the fun.
Hey, there's fun. It's time.
It was still fun.
Yeah, we had fun. So this is the fuck budget. The fuck budget is not so new anymore. We've been doing it for a couple months. People seem to like it. It's the segment where we run down 5 topics, news items of the day, having to do with movies, toys, TV, and all the stuff that we love. And then Jake and Abigail allocate how many fucks they give for each topic. You get 10 fucks total, so spend your fucks wisely.
This is you giving us our fucks.
I'm giving you each your fucks.
You're taking them out of your wallet.
Here they go. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Here's a fuck. Here's a fuck. You guys ready to do this?
Thank you for my fucks.
I am.
Do you guys take debit card fuck budgets?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Can you just PayPal it?
Oh, yeah. It's like an automatic withdrawal. It's cool. For all things Ghostbusters.
Do you think... now, if you go to Toys R Us for those sales tomorrow, don't expect them to take your fucks.
Oh. I might try.
We'll try. After you apply...
We'll get kicked out.
All right, so topic number 1. This week, as we mentioned earlier, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is about to hit theaters. We're only a couple of months away for the 5th installment of the Jurassic Park series, and that means that right now, starting to roll out into the stores, are Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toys. We saw a lot of the toys at Toy Fair this year. Mattel took over from Hasbro. We got a great line of figures coming out. There's dinos, there's vehicles, there's figures, there's play sets. But what we learned this week was something we were hoping for. There is a Jurassic World Legacy Collection, which features action figures from the first 3 movies, and it will be exclusive to Target. So, when it comes to Jurassic World Legacy Collection, Jacob Walsh.
Yes.
How many fucks do you give?
I gave it 5 because that is what I've been waiting to hear. Jurassic World has already kind of blown my mind with their figures in the dinosaur toys this go around, but the Legacy Collection, the original figures, is what I was really hoping for. I was a little bummed when they didn't unveil it at Toy Fair, but I was like, I think it's probably still coming. But we now have like official maybe not official. Some places are getting these toys on the shelves already. They're not supposed to be out until I think like the middle of April. But I've seen pictures. Some Walmarts have a full display up already.
Yes. I love when Walmart doesn't know what's going on.
But which is often. Yeah. But the T-Rex, when
they go to scan it, they're like, it's not in our system, and in your head you're like,
$5.
It's not supposed to be out yet, you moron.
They do exist.
But the T-Rex figure has a picture on the back of Grant and Muldoon, so that's confirmed that's happening, and I'm super excited about that. I want a new Alan Grant figure.
Yeah.
$5.
I like it. And I like that these are 3 3/4 inch figures because you can now have Muldoon interact with Boba Fett. Yeah. And that's what I've wanted my entire life.
We're getting an Ellie Sattler, too, and a Malcolm.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Or probably more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks
It's
like...
just that those 2 figures are the only ones on the back of the T-Rex box. So that's the only thing we know for sure.
It says on Jurassic Outpost that the line will include Ellie Sattler and Ian, but they're not sure about other dinosaurs, so... Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And shout out to Jurassic Outpost, which is one of the premier Jurassic Park websites.
Absolutely.
They post a lot of news, podcasts, all that stuff. And they gave us a shout out a couple weeks ago, so we should give them a shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Now, Abigail Gardner.
Yes.
You've been checking this out.
We're talking about our fucks now.
How many fucks do you give?
I like the way that we're doing this because we have like a divider and I've got my fucks hidden like we're doing like Battleship and you can't see them. I have given 3 fucks to these Jurassic World toys because that's like a decent amount of fucks, I think, in my opinion.
Wait. How many?
3. 1, 2,
okay.
3. Yeah. Because they look, Jake, like I mentioned, you posted that picture of, what was it that you saw in stores? Stickers. Very cool. I like to see that things are popping up. I like to know that it's rare and that it's early and that there's a chance that it might be there and it might not be there because that makes the hunt.
I went to
more
Walmart
exciting.
tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to go.
Yes. I love a reason to go. Like, I need a reason, but I do.
Honestly, this is not going to be the King Kong scenario, Jake. If you see these figures, you're buying them.
Fucking, yeah.
Oh, whenever the 2014 Godzilla came out, that was a thing where we didn't have a street date. It was just like, they're starting to trickle out. I went to Toys R Us every single day until I found them, and I bought all of them.
Yeah. Dude. And here's the thing, you got to go to Toys R Us every single day, so it's a good thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just fun.
One thing I didn't mention a lot with the Toys R Us stuff is, Toys R Us always had a lot of exclusives. Like, there's exclusive Star Wars figures and things that you could only find there. And people are worried because some of the stuff's already been announced for, like, later in the year for, like, Star Wars and other movies. And Toys R Us is not going to be around, so...
Well, it will just go somewhere else, I bet. They'll make that deal with another company. Yeah. The other thing, speaking about these Jurassic Park toys, I doubt they're going to end up in a Toys R Us. I don't think Toys R Us is going to be getting any...
Nope.
They're not going to get any more inventory in. If it's not in their store right now, it's not going to be there. So...
Well, that's sad.
Also, Legacy Collection exclusive to Target anyway.
Yep. Which is really cool because...
I don't know. Trunks? That kind of stresses me out because my Target doesn't... Like, when the Ghostbuster Turtles came out, my Target never got those. Yeah. So...
Well, we'll be on the lookout.
Well, that's really sad, Jake.
Yeah. And now, if anybody on Yes Have Some Group Therapy on Facebook, if you start seeing these Jurassic Park toys in stores, make sure you take pictures, tag us, let us know.
Stop what you're doing.
And
tell me.
Buy them, send them to Jake.
Because we all want to put this. We're all going to, hands down, the figures and the packaging look a lot better than what was going on for the original Jurassic World line. So I'm really excited.
Yep. Yeah.
So cool. Well, if we got 5 fucks, we got 3 fucks. Either way, fucks are being given. And
Give
them. You guys ready to move on to the next step?
Yes.
All right.
Step 2.
Here we go.
All right.
Do you guys know what was the other day? March 17th?
Oh.
What was that?
What was that?
Easter?
Oh.
Yeah.
Luck at the Irish.
Hey. Yeah. I thought it was on March 3rd.
Top of the Martin. Oh,
that's Irish.
I'm so sorry. We should.
What's those voices you guys doing?
Ireland.
Abby's was good.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm
Irish.
I don't know what yours was.
All right. So, on March 17th, it was St. Patrick's Day. And there was a surprise announcement. The Sci-Fi Channel is getting an exclusive, just like Toys R Us used to have exclusives. Now the Sci-Fi Channel is exclusive. We're getting a new Leprechaun sequel. Leprechaun Returns. Because...
I'm the Leprechaun.
And that is my extent of knowledge about the Leprechaun franchise is literally that quote. So I give 0 fucks.
We'll do Abby's first. Go ahead.
Fine. I'm Irish, but I've never seen these movies.
Well, hold on.
Jennifer Aniston's in them. I don't think they have anything to do with Ireland. Probably, do they?
Well, hold on. Before we go there.
Okay.
As far as we know, it's a sequel. Is it a selective sequel? Is it just a sequel to the first movie?
Well,
you're asking me?
it takes place 25 years after the first film. I don't think that means the other movies aren't in continuity. I think the reason they say that is because they tried to like reboot Leprechaun a couple years ago.
Right.
And it was that Leprechaun Origins with fucking Hornswoggle in it. And that movie is complete garbage, and it's nothing like, it's just complete different kind of thing. Yeah, but I think
how stupid is it that the WWE tried to reboot the Leprechaun series, and they were like, "Well, we have this little person who is
we got a little person
who plays a leprechaun, so he can play the leprechaun.
He can do it."
Vince McMahon's a genius.
He's smart.
So, there's a trailer. That's not Warwick Davis, is it?
It's a teaser. It's not.
That's not.
That's not.
Let me give my fucks, and we're gonna get into this. This was almost my what's stressing. Because
mine too.
All right. First of all, I gave this 3 fucks.
Okay.
Whoa.
Now, I did not give it 3 fucks
Jake,
because
you have 2 fucks left.
I don't care. I don't care. This almost got more than 3, and it's because I'm kind of, I've watched this teaser probably 20 times because it's weird and it's confusing to me. And so let's say how many Leprechaun movies are there? 4, 5, 6. There are 7 Leprechaun movies if you count the Hornswoggle.
So let's run them down. We got Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun in the Hood.
If you count the Hornswoggle.
No.
You're skipping one. Leprechaun 4 is in space.
Oh, in space, and then in the Hood.
They went to space as well.
And then it goes back to the Hood.
Number 5 and 6 are in the Hood.
Right.
Now listen.
They spent 2 movies in the Hood.
Listen. Yeah, back to back. Back to back.
They
now
went
listen.
back?
Leprechaun 1 through 4 are amazing.
Evil's in the house.
They're very funny. They're very silly. Part 4 is so fun to like. Part 4 it's a little different than like, you know, Jason in space and all this. Like, it's very funny. It is a legitimately funny movie. I think the Hood movies are pretty awful, but it's just weird to me that they're making another one of these and Warwick Davis is not in it. And I don't think it's because he would not do it. I think it's because their budget's smaller. They're doing it for Sci-Fi Channel, and they probably could not afford Warwick Davis.
How small?
How small? Stop it. Stop it. Craig and I were both backing away from the microphone.
Yeah.
I watched an interview with Warwick Davis after I saw this trailer, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if they're, because it's so weird because Warwick Davis, you know, he's been in all the Star Wars movies. He's like actor, you know, he's like done all these cool,
yeah,
he's had these like really great roles. He's in all the Harry Potter movies. You wouldn't think of a man like that being like, yeah, I'm also the Leprechaun.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to see if I could find him talking about that role. And I found multiple videos. He fucking loved being the Leprechaun.
Oh.
And I found all these not interviews, just like him at conventions basically, where he would talk about the movies and talk about filming. And at the end, he's just like, you guys want to hear me talk like the Leprechaun? What do you want to hear me say? It's like, you. And they'll be like, say this. And he's like, all right. And he just jumps right into the Leprechaun voice. And he's like, I saw interviews where he's talking about the Leprechaun in the Hood movies. And he's like, I have no idea what I was saying through that entire film, but it was fun.
Yeah. Well, he was also, obviously, he was Wicket, the Ewok in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And, if you ever see, like, at Star Wars Celebration, like, he'll host some of the stages and do the interviews and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's kind of an ambassador for the Star Wars franchise. And he's a really awesome guy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
Dude, it's weird. I gave it 3 fucks because, like, I really do like those first 4 Leprechaun movies. They are just silly and stupid, and they know it. They're not, like, trying to be anything other than what they are. And they're very fun. And it's like on one foot, I'm excited to see Leprechaun come back because there's also like another guy in this movie who was in the original. Like there's a character in the original film who's coming back for this. And I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm excited about that. But then also I'm super bummed it's not Warwick Davis. The guy that they got playing Leprechaun now, he's doing a pretty good impression in that trailer. Yeah. Like he sounds basically the same. So I don't know, man. It's a weird thing.
Right. Well, after all that, Abigail.
Oh, I already started off saying I gave 0 fucks.
Oh, well, I know, but I'm saying, like, did you increase them since then?
After listening to Jake talk, I mean, no, I still don't, because I'd have to see some of the original ones.
You've never seen them, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Jennifer Aniston is in the first one. That was her first role.
Yeah. Okay.
She's in the first movie. One more thing, dude, I can talk about Leprechaun forever. One more thing. Mm-hmm. I saw Warwick Davis was saying that when they filmed the first movie, it wasn't intended to be. It was intended to be a kids' film. It was supposed to be like, that's why it's so goofy. It was supposed to be like kind of scary, but meant for kids.
Almost like Ernest Scared Stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, but he said once they filmed it, the studio was like, "We're gonna make this a horror film," and they paid for reshoots, and that's when they shot all the like gruesome death stuff.
Yeah, because it's a pot of gore.
Like there's literally a scene in the first Leprechaun movie where they're like, "Oh, he hates dirty shoes." So they just are throwing shoes at him, and he can't help himself but like picking them up and shining them.
Dude, I have a lot in common with
that's how they get away from him at one point. Yeah, exactly.
Cut it out, Wayne. I'm serious.
Oh, that's great.
Oh man,
I'm watching that tonight.
Wayne's World?
No, the Leprechaun.
Okay. I would, but this house is a little too scary for me to watch that late night right now. Dude, we were watching E.T. in our living room. I was like, this is kind of scary. Like, I was like, everything in our new house is scarier. I love it. But also I'm terrified.
Guys, you also have limbs falling all over the place.
Dude, a tree fell on our house last night.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, E.T.'s great, by the way. All right, cool. So...
Is it interesting?
That was some good fuck budgeting. You guys ready to move on number 3?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, we got the official announcement today. Mezco, which is a toy company. They specialize in higher-end action figures. They've got the 112 Collective.
Higher end, huh?
That high,
all right,
so
more expensive. We'll say that.
Okay, there you
go. So Mezco, they do 112 Collective, which are 6-inch scale action figures. They do a lot of superheroes, all sorts of stuff. They're putting out a box set of the Ghostbusters. That's right, Peter, Ray, Winston, Egon, and everybody's favorite Slimer. So those are going to be out soon. Pictures were released on Bloody Disgusting. Bloody Disgusting is like my source. I get a lot of news from them.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah.
So it's about $300. You can pre-order it now. These are 6-inch scale figures with cloth jumpsuits. Each one comes with some accessories, including proton packs, PKE meters, sniffers, ghost traps. And
I feel like we're about to bid on them on The Price is Right.
Oh yeah,
$1.
Oh wait, so you bid $1. So you think everybody bid that much, and that's why you're bidding?
No.
Oh, you just think
they're worth $1.
You think they're worth $1?
Exactly
Okay. Cool. Abigail, how many fucks do you give?
I'm giving these Mezco GB figures 2 fucks.
Ooh.
Because it's Ghostbusters, A, and B is like they're gonna be on our shelves, so I care. Do I love them? Honestly, there's okay, here we go.
I love
when it says costume, there's a bullet point that says tailored uniform.
Yeah.
And I feel like the uniforms are a little puffy.
Right. Tailored to what?
Tailored to they're
puffy
not
shirts.
Are they tailored? Is what I'm saying. That you have
You're
a question
gonna be the
mark.
first pirate.
Yes.
Be a pirate.
Yeah, they all look a little
Okay,
puffy.
cool.
So, 2 fucks because they're Ghostbusters, and we're probably going to own them, so I do care.
Oh, we're getting those figures.
We're getting them. I want to know how they stand. Like, you know what I mean? If they're stable.
They probably don't.
They probably don't.
No, they come with race stands.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, cool.
You are the first to make that joke.
So, okay. Jake.
What do you think, Jake? How many fucks do you give?
After all that.
I gave the figures 1 pity fuck.
A pity fuck. Okay,
yeah,
simple.
because
I've gotten one
you
of
know
those
what?
before.
I get from me. I gave it 1. I gave it 1 fuck because it's Ghostbusters, so I feel like I have to give it 1 fuck. I don't think they look very good. It sounds cool when you're describing them, like Craig when you were talking about it, like box set, all these accessories, comes with Slimer. I was like, oh wait, maybe I do want this. And then I look at them again and I'm like, these are not worth $300. If they were like, if it was maybe like $100, if they were like, if it was like, I don't know.
I didn't realize they were that expensive. So much money.
It's $300. Yeah, it's a lot. Abby, as soon as you're like, these are going on our shelves, I was like, no, they're not.
He's like, no, they aren't. Okay.
I just don't think they look very good. Like, it's cool that they come together. I think the Slimer looks good, but even I think the guys, their sculpts are a little weird. I just don't think it's. If it was cheaper, I would buy it. I would pay maybe $100. I'm not paying.
I just don't feel like soft goods, like the clothing, works on the because the jumpsuit,
No.
it just doesn't work on these size figures.
It reads as Barbie doll to me.
It just looks weird. It doesn't look correct either. Like the suit doesn't even look right.
We were talking about it in group.
You know what? It looks comfortable. It looks very like a Snuggie or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and
Like,
we know,
wear it,
and we know that those costumes aren't comfortable.
No, they're
God no, and they're all like just like literally like they're wrinkly and thin and worn out. Like you can tell it. That doesn't. I mean, in the movie is what I'm saying, but these figures they look
like
completely
just
different.
the size of the zipper is so big. The zipper is the width of the name tag. Jake, they're
it's like they used a regular human jean zipper. I don't get it. I don't like it.
On Facebook Group Therapy, and by the way, we want everybody to join us.
And if you like these figures, good for you.
Yeah, join us on Group Therapy. If you just search
I'm not going to.
Yes, have some Group Therapy on Facebook. You can join the discussion because we're talking about all this stuff all week, not just on the podcast, all the time. So we're talking about these figures today. And Jake, you posted the picture of the alternate head that comes with the Egon.
Yeah.
And, it is batshit crazy.
It's bad.
Dude, it looks like Gus from Love. That's crazy. That show, I don't know if anyone else is watching that on Netflix, but yeah, it is.
That's such a good show.
I know. Go watch it, guys. It's funny.
So, yeah. They're not great.
Craig, do you give a fuck? Are you going to
I give a fuck
talk about buying them?
I've made this point before. Anytime there's new Ghostbusters merchandise, I'm always going to be at least a little bit interested. Yeah. I'll probably want to see them in person before I make any decisions. Mm-hmm. One thing I do like about Mezco, their packaging and display, it's usually pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll go down to that Emerald City down in Tampa?
Yeah, Emerald City.
The comic store, they usually get that stuff in. So
yeah,
they'll have them.
Nice
yeah,
shop.
Check it out.
They've got a lot of stuff.
But not there's if I was gonna invest a lot of money, like for as far as a higher end Ghostbusters figure goes, they're much more expensive. But the Blitzway 12-inch figures are a lot nicer than these.
Yeah, right.
That's for sure.
Cool. So we'll move on though. Had to get that in. Number 4 on the fuck budget. There's a brand new movie coming out. The trailer was released today. The movie's called Action Point, starring Johnny Knoxville. I wanted to include this because I normally wouldn't include this type of movie in our discussion, but I watched the trailer and I found myself laughing very hard. Guys, I don't know.
This type of movie is about a theme park, basically.
Oh, yeah. Well, this type of movie, non-superhero,
sci-fi.
Got it. What I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
I'm getting defensive.
As somebody who graduated high school in 2002,
yeah,
Jackass was a big part of my life. So anytime there's some Johnny Knoxville, I'm going to be at least a little interested. Just like the Mezco figure. So, the Action Point trailer came out today. It's based on an actual theme park that existed. Mm-hmm. But Abby's going to tell us more about that. Abby,
are we? Yeah, are we doing fucks? I give 4 fucks about this.
All right, go for it.
Wow.
I know, it's weird. Well, this movie is based on a theme park that I went to, like a water park in New Jersey called Action Park, which was, like, a lot of people died there because it had, like, dangerous rides and, like, questionable, like, teenagers were running the rides and, like, alcohol was served on premises and, like, it was just, like, kind of, like, thrown together and janky. And, like, I have fond memories of going there with my brother and my parents, and I also really like Johnny Knoxville, and I really liked Jackass, and that was my first R-rated movie that I saw in theaters. I remember going with my brother, and I texted my brother after watching this trailer today, and I was like, dude, this looks amazing. This is, like, you know, based on shit that we know that we've lived. And I've also spent, like, hours, like, reading about Action Park, and there's stuff on YouTube. I think that Defunctland has That's a really good channel. I think they have an episode about Action Park, and there's lots of stuff written about it. I've combed all those articles because I think that theme park deaths are fascinating because dying in like a really fun place where everybody's like...
Oh, I didn't mention my grandmother.
It's interesting. Shush!
I didn't say she was 91. It was a roller coaster.
I ain't afraid of no roller coasters. Yeah, so I'm invested in this movie. I think it looks funny. The trailer was funny, and it's got you got Johnny Knoxville playing the grandpa and then his young self. So I'll watch it.
Well, before I give my opinion, I'll throw to Jake because I feel like I know where this is going. Jake,
yeah.
how many
fucks
did you give
about
fucks
left?
Action Point?
I have 2 fucks left. This didn't get any of them.
All right, Jake. You're not invited.
I gave this a very confused 0 fucks as to why this was on our list.
God, Jake, you know what? It made me happy. That's why it was on our list.
That's fine. That's 100% fine. It did not make me happy.
Oh, okay.
I did like Jackass, but I watched one of those recently. It was on Netflix, and I watched one. I liked those, but I feel like it's weird now. Like, watching the trailer for this movie felt like an excuse to make a Jackass movie without it being a Jackass movie.
Right, because Chris Pontius is in it.
Yeah, you got a little bit of that.
And it was just like a bunch of those weird stunts that they used to do. And I'm like, I don't think that stuff's as funny anymore. Also, Johnny Knoxville's a terrible actor.
All right. He's fun.
He's
My
fun.
reaction to this was
he's
like
fun
totally
in Jackass.
different.
He's not fun.
This is just like the story. This is exactly what happened in real life. Like,
but I did not.
It's like that's the lagoon where everyone died because I've read about it.
But I did not know that this was based on like a real. I didn't know that there was a real park.
No, that's the reason I care.
I'm more interested in that. I'm more interested in like the fact that there was a park where people died.
I feel like this is what I feel about all this.
I'm not interested in this movie though.
I feel like the movie is probably very loosely based on the real.
I'm gonna be so upset.
I think that what I do like is it does look like all the stunts they did were real, so seeing people fall is funny. But Jake, I do see where you're coming from. Like when you go back and watch Jackass, it's a little like I won't say the company I work for, but the company I work for does we have like guest speakers like that come in, and sometimes we get some bigger names. And last week Tony Hawk was there. And I didn't go, but I remember in my head I was like, man, if this was like 2001 and you were like, hey, you're going to work at a place and Tony Hawk's going to come hang out, I would have been like, my life is the most amazing life.
Blink-182 would just start playing.
You know what else is was popped in my head that was weird about this was I watched this like kind of mini documentary on Johnny Knoxville kind of recently. It like just popped up on, I was searching something on YouTube, it popped up, and it was short. It was maybe like 10 minutes long. But it was about how he's like, he almost died, multiple times doing Jackass, and how he was going through all these like permanent lifelong injuries that he has, like really kind of fucked up injuries that he has from doing stuff on that show. And he was just like, like we were young and kind of stupid. And it was about how they got into it, how the show started and all that. But it was kind of a sad thing to watch because you're like, oh, he's permanently fucked up in multiple ways from the show. And now it's like, yeah, I'm still trying to do it. I want to be relevant again. Here I am. And I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out.
Well,
thanks for that serious take.
I'm sorry.
No, dude, it's good perspective, honestly. Like, yeah, it's kind of like I'm about to talk about sports, but football players and concussions and all that shit.
I'm putting in some
soft. It's entertaining for us, but you feel bad for the person.
Jake, just to let everybody know, I'm putting some soft piano music in that speech you just made about how.
Please do. Put like the sad Hulk music from the old Hulk.
And now Jacob Walsh gives his take on the tragic life,
the decline of Johnny
Knoxville.
And Abby's like, he's still cute.
Oh,
it's all right.
Cool. R.I.P. Ryan Dunn, guys. Jackass. All right, let's move on. We've had, guys, this has been fun. I've had fun with you guys.
We made a phone call. It's time to move on to number 5 of this week's Fuck Budget. The Last Jedi is hitting home video next week, but it's already available on digital, which means those deleted scenes are available.
They're out there.
There's about 25 minutes of deleted scenes. Ryan Johnson.
All of them are of the casino run scene.
It felt
the
that
Fathers.
way.
Just kidding. Continue.
So yeah, we all took in all the deleted scenes from The Last Jedi. I know the movie was a little controversial. Yes, have some. I know that there was some differing opinions. Jacob Walsh, when it comes to The Last Jedi deleted scenes, do you give a fuck?
Nah.
All right.
I don't. I left it open. I had like one fuck left to give, and I couldn't decide if I was like, I'll decide this when we get there. I don't think I do because not for like some of the bad reasons that I had for not liking parts of the movie. They're just very uninteresting deleted scenes. There's nothing new. There's nothing like, oh, that would have been cool. It's just more junk. It's just like filler shit that isn't exciting I almost shut it off halfway through because like literally 10 minutes of it is fucking Canto Bite. And I'm like, this is dumb.
That was
Well, I think to be fair, majority of the time deleted scenes suck in most movies.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Except for Ghostbusters Answer the Call.
Those were great.
Or Ghostbusters 2. The fucking those tiny amount of deleted scenes for Ghostbusters 2 are legitimately fun.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Hey, and shout out to our friend, Kurt Fuller. Hey, we should surprise call Kurt Fuller one day.
He's going to be making pasta.
He'll be like, I'm so glad you guys called.
So glad.
So, Abigail?
I gave this one fuck. And just like you, Jake, I left it open until I watched the deleted scenes, which we watched before we sat down to record here. And the majority of them didn't really do much for me. But the scene with Rey where her and Luke are having like a heated discussion over whether or not she's going to stop an invasion on the island, and ends where she goes out and it's just like the caretakers having a little party. I liked that. And I also really liked when the caretakers were like doing their little dances. It reminded me a lot of Return of the Jedi. And
Episode 2? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, come on. Dude, when one of the caretakers is like playing a saxophone or something, like a wind instrument.
So cool.
I loved that. I went, no, they're idiots. I went, oh, fuck this movie. Why didn't they put this in there? It would have made me so happy. Also, I felt like that whole sequence was a better way of explaining the whole like ambiguous nature of the Force being like don't take the history or like the don't take things so seriously is kind of how a lot of that seems like life just happens kind of. It felt like a better explanation than, or at least more explanation on like the stuff that was happening between Luke and Rey that
I think my theory is this
I laughed at least, I'll say that much.
Well, I have one theory that the caretakers are just bald Ewoks.
Okay.
That's my theory.
I like that.
Because they're dancing and stuff. Abby, I agree with you that, listen, I rewatched The Last Jedi this week.
And I think rewatching those scenes honestly became my stress because thinking about that, I was like, oh, I want to watch the movie, but it also, I don't want to watch it.
The movie's not perfect. I'm willing to say that though there's parts of it I like, the Finn and Rose side story, the side quest, is just not... It's just not very strong.
No, and speaking of that makes me think there's a scene where BB-8 that was deleted where Finn and BB-8 are interacting and BB-8 projects like Rey and him, like her putting her hand on him while he's like in...
At the end of Force Awakens.
Yeah, at the end of the Force Awakens. And I thought that was great because they have chemistry and I like seeing them on screen together and God, Rose did nothing for me. So
yeah, it kind of sucks because the actress did it. I think her Kelly Marie Tran. She did a good job, but
nothing against her.
Finn was a really important part, kind of the breakout star of the first movie, him and Daisy Ridley, and he was kind of like given a weird backseat in The Last Jedi, and that kind of sucks. Even though he was doing important stuff, it just it's kind of hard because I personally feel that all the stuff with Luke and Rey in this movie is really good. So if I can see more of that and get more context into their dynamic, I'm going to be into it. I didn't mind the caretakers scene. I know it's a little silly, but when it comes to the sillier stuff, it's Star Wars. I'm kind of like it either works or doesn't. To me, all the stuff on Octu worked. But Jake, have you rewatched the movie since it's been out on digital?
No, I saw it twice in theaters. I haven't seen it since then.
It's weird because it's one of those movies, and there's a lot of movies. There's parts of this movie that I just want to fast forward to and watch. Like, I want to watch all the stuff with Luke and Rey. I want to watch the Yoda scene over and over.
Yeah, I want to watch the battle between with Rey and Kylo in the throne room. Yeah.
And like the last, like, there's stuff in this movie that's really good. And I know I picked it as my number one movie last year, and I still stand by that. I do think it's a good movie, but you know, it's not better than Force Awakens.
No, I had like I was tattooing some people that I've tattooed a couple Star Wars tattoos on. They both came in there a couple, and I hadn't seen them since that movie came out, and they asked me about it. And I think this probably says a lot about how the movie sat with me. I know I didn't like it a lot the first time I saw it. Second time I had a much better reaction. Like you just said, Greg, there are a few things in that movie that I think are among the best things in any Star Wars movie. But when they started talking to me about it, I instantly got like grumpy about it.
Dude,
and like
I'm feeling it right now.
I instantly went to the things that I hated about it, you know, and like whenever they left and we were all done talking about it, I was like, oh, I guess that's how I feel about the movie. Like, I feel like it's been long enough. If those are my first thoughts when I think about the movie, that's what I'm left with. Like, sure, I loved Yoda. I loved the throne room. I don't know what else I loved about it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like if there's a band you love, and then their second album comes out. All right, their first album's like 10 hits, and the second album comes out, and it's got like one or two really great songs.
The rest are all ska.
It's kind of like that, and like, to me, the you know, I love Mark Hamill, and I thought it's interesting. There's certain people that have problems with Last Jedi that are much different than my problems with the movie. Like, I love broken down Luke. I think it's great. I think they could have even gone further with it. I could have used more.
Yeah, do that, but keep the Force serious. Like, don't throw everything out after, like, because like that scene with Tom Hardy, if it is Tom Hardy playing the Stormtrooper with Finn when they're like in the, I don't know if it's an elevator or something, they all seem stressed out, like, and he recognizes Finn, like, it's the same as when Luke throws the lightsaber behind him, where it's like, oh, let's just throw this out after setting it all up to be serious. Like, if you're gonna have broken down Luke and have the Jedi texts and all that stuff and Rey there to train, like, deliver on serious, like, and on that level that we want it to be, because we're all very invested. Like, don't discredit yourself with like that kind of humor.
I agree 100% with you, Abby. And when I was watching those deleted scenes and I was talking to, so like what's Rian Johnson?
Yeah.
I just feel, I don't want to call the man a bad writer. I don't want to call him a bad director. I think he was wrong for Star Wars. There are some great things in here, but I don't think I think either he doesn't quite get it, or he was maybe a little too focused on trying to do something different with Star Wars.
Right.
That he kind of just did a few things wrong. I think maybe he was blinded by the fact that he was like, I need to put my stamp on Star Wars.
Right.
And he just kind of fucked some shit up, I think.
It's like he put his stamp on it. He's like, well, wait, let me move it because it's not quite the right place. And I was like, oh, it's all just a joke.
Since The Last Jedi has come out, you know, it's one of the top 5 or 6 highest grossing movies of all time. It's the second highest grossing Star Wars movie of all time. It made $600 million. Critically successful. You know, most of the general audience, the main people that have issues with this movie are the people who are more invested into Star Wars in general. Now, we know that Rian Johnson was slated to do his own trilogy of Star Wars films that was announced before Last Jedi came out. Since then, we have heard nothing about those movies. Since then, we have heard that Jon Favreau is doing a live-action Star Wars television show, and that the Game of Thrones dudes are doing another series of Star Wars movies.
Yeah. They're going with like recognizable brands and people who have built things. Well, my like question, empires.
We'll finish on this, and this is something to ponder. We can carry it on to next week. Is there a chance that Rian Johnson steps away and does not want, or not, maybe doesn't want? Is there a chance that he's not going to be involved with Star Wars?
Kathleen Kennedy loved him, like, from everything that they were saying, which I know you're supposed to be glowing, and you know when a movie wraps up and when you're touring or whatever and promoting it, but she seemed to really get along with him. And I don't know. I hope it's over, honestly, because I didn't love the movie. We were just talking about that. I hope that he doesn't do any more Star Wars movies. That's how I feel, because I did not enjoy it.
You're just so to you, you're like Rian Johnson. I wished he worked at Toys R Us because he could be out of a job soon.
I feel bad about that, but you know,
that's a little far.
I wouldn't wish that fate on him now.
I'm guessing that Rian Johnson's doing a little bit better than most of the people working for Toys R Us.
Yeah, no, he's talented, and you know, there were great moments in the movie. Obviously, he made a Star Wars movie, but we feel how we feel. We can't deny that. So yeah, that's
Jake.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's gonna?
No, I hear what you're saying, Abby, about like how happy she seemed, but I don't. It's hard to tell how much of that is real, and then it's hard to tell also like how these people are so close to the product. Yeah. You have to wonder. I don't want to say it's the same kind of thing because we don't know how they are, but you remember how like so invested we were with Ghostbusters.
And you're about to say how Dan Aykroyd is like, these girls are funny.
Yeah, it's just like when you're so like you can kind of be blinded by something, and I believe when you're like running, Lucasfilm, you're probably a little blinded by what gets put out. You're probably, no matter what, like, yeah, this is gold. This is the best thing we could have done.
Especially if you're signing paychecks.
So who knows? Yeah. So who knows how they really feel?
Okay.
But I am excited that J.J. Abrams is doing the third. That's all I can say.
I want to end on this on Facebook Group Therapy. Group member Mikey Wood today posted he had a dream about the plot of Episode 9, and he said, spoiler alert, I know this is a dream that I made up in my own head, but spoiler alert.
It could be precognition, though.
So I won't go into detail on it, but I read it, and it was pretty cool. It'll be fun kind of figuring out what happens with Episode 9 going forward, because I have a feeling it's going to be quite different than both Force Awakens and Last Jedi. So
yeah,
I mean, they start filming. They announced there was a couple announcements this week. Both Indiana Jones 5 and Episode 9 start filming in the next couple of months.
Okay,
so it's happening.
It's all happening.
Wow.
And then last but not least, I'm getting really excited for Ready Player One. Not gonna lie.
Coming out soon. Hey, you know what else comes out like tomorrow?
I know what you're going to say.
Pacific Rim.
Yes, sir.
Damn. I know what we're watching tonight.
Pacific
the first
Rim.
one. Yeah.
The first one. And then Leprechaun.
Damn it. Yes.
Pacific Rim's like the opposite of Leprechaun.
I wouldn't know.
Cool. So.
I'm excited.
Having said all of that,
yes.
We got the stress in. We got the fuck budget in.
Yep.
We got John Urquebe in.
I was like, what if John's been on the line the whole time?
He's like, please hang up. Please.
My brother wants to play the drums.
He's like, I'm on roaming. You guys are costing me a fortune. Remember roaming? All right. Well, listen. We thank everybody for joining us for episode 91. Please remember that you can always find us on yeshavesomecast.com, and you can subscribe to Yes Have Some Podcast through any of your podcast subscription services, including iTunes, Downcast app, Android podcast, RSS, whatever you use for podcasts. You can Stitcher, all that stuff. You can find Yes Have Some. Make sure that you subscribe. That way you get the episodes automatically. We are also available on Spotify. And as far as social media goes, you can find us on Facebook.com/YesHaveSomeCast, Twitter and Instagram at YHS Podcast. And we've been plugging it all day, but we really, really want you guys to get up to speed with what we got going on Yes Have Some Facebook Group Therapy.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Stay stressed.
We have a lot of fun in there. I know I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
I do.
So, any final thoughts before we head out, folks?
I don't think so. I think I kind of want to watch Star Wars now, though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll all go watch
I don't know about all that, but I do want to watch Leprechaun. And thanks for listening, everybody, because it means a lot, honestly. It means a lot to come and record once a week, so.
Yeah.
It does.
We love you guys. Yeah. And we want to meet each and every one of you. Our new address is...
You'll never find us.
Cool. Well, for Abigail Gardner and Jacob Walsh, my name is Craig Goldberg. Thank you for fuck budgeting and for staying stressed on Yes Have Some Podcast. We will see you next week. And that's all she wrote.
Hi, guys.
Fat lady singing, just like in that cool part in the casino.
Oh, and she was singing?
The Last Jedi.
Right.
Can we get the caretaker music?
No one's ever going to take my opinions of movies seriously if I rave about them and 2 months later hate them. Oh, well. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Bye, guys.
Let me show you why I'm a love machine. Come to do no good. I'm a wee green guy who's new to town. Show me what you do when you get down. I'll go up, you go down. We'll cause a scene, you'll love the groove. Left in the hood, come to do no good. Left in the hood, when we're bad, we're good. From the cliffs of Moor to your front door, better turn up the lights and pray some more. We're gonna party through the night until the dawn. Then you and I are gonna get it on. Left in the hood, come to do no good. Left in the hood, come to do no good.